And now for a different topic than drama and stress of the world. Somebody has gone and managed to install Linux on their PlayStation 5. Of course, this brings the promise and reality of running distributions such as Ubuntu on PlayStation 5 hardware. With the price of how computers and everything are at the moment, this might just be a viable option in future. So, how did they do this? They exploited a HV vulnerability, and basically what this does, it allows somebody to bypass Sony's restrictions on the PS5 fact with firmware, right? And it's important to know that the raw hardware ability of this machine is actually pretty powerful. It's got 8 CPU cores at 3.5 gigahertz, 16 threads, plus a GPU. Really pretty cool, actually. Now, on GitHub, it's had over 1,200 stars, and of course, not perfect yet, still early stages. So right now, there's no dual booting, no standby, bugger screensaver, and some monitors can be a little bit funky with HDMI in this thing. And a couple of times firmware just locks. But what does it deliver? You can run Steam games and emulators on an 8-core AMD Zen 2 hardware. That's a plus. 4K HDMI output with full audio. You get access to an SSD. Even the USB peripherals work. Unfortunately, it's only limited to certain firmware versions. And the safe internal SSD stays untouched for normal PS5 gaming. So, in future, who knows? This might even run Linux inside the game OS, but of course that would have reduced features. So how does the installation work? What? You use Docker to build an Ubuntu 24 image. You flash it to a USB drive, pretty much like a normal PC, really. You run the exploit. You wait for it to boot. You configure it. You optimize it. And you remove a video line in the command line.txt file. Basically, that should fix that whole black screen problem that rocks up. So why does it matter? Works. With the price of PC hardware at the moment, peripherals is frightening. Not only that, but stock everywhere for different things is starting to run out like toilet paper at this point. A PS5 actually costs less than building the equivalent PC with these specs. I'm talking about brand new stock, not old stock. Great thing is, of course, being able to play your Steam games, your emulators, of course, only legally acquired games. You would have to, for now, you have to run the exploit every single time. So you reboot, gone, you've got to start over again. And built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth don't work, so that kind of sucks. How you get started, of course, we've already gone through that, and I've already mentioned what works and what doesn't work. But basically, the first thing that you should do is just install Firefox or another browser, just so you can update message to the latest version, so you can just get your CPU and GPU boost over there. So, if you've got one of these PS5s on this firmware, just need a USB drive, USB keyboard and mouse, USB Ethernet, and an optional SSD for Linux only. Pretty cool. So, you're going to try this out? Do you have a PS5? Are you interested in this? I think it's awesome news. I would love to see one of these things used for coding or even just as another desktop Linux PC. As always, thanks for watching and bye for now.